Our objective was to become the #1 gardening title overnight. I'm pleased to say that the first issue of the magazine, we printed more than the market leader, that there was then Practical Gardening, and we sold out our first issue within about 2 days. And the second issue published even more, and we've been market leader literally since day one. Started with television, moved into magazine. After a couple of years, in 1993, we launched Gunsword Live, our live event. As we've moved on through, we've had books, we've produced an interactive CD-ROM package, we've launched our own website. So we are looking at new things, and obviously we were on Twitter and you're on Facebook and you're using social media in appropriate ways, but you also have to understand what your audience wants, and our audience is still one that loves a paper-based product. There is still a fantastic relationship people have got with the printed magazine, because when they're subscription copiers, when they got it, you sit down and you read it in a very different way from going online, going onto a website, looking something up. Quality of your paper is important, quality of your images is important, quality of your repro is important, to make sure that it really does look gorgeous. In terms of gardening, the colours have got to be absolutely accurate. Our pillars are things like plants and gardens, practical advice, passionate personality, problem solving. All of those things are key things, and we have to then interpret those in different ways. Any other gardening magazine can have the same pillars, but they can't present them in the way we do, because our passion and personality will come from particular exclusive contributors. Alan Tishmarsh has been on board since day one, has written for every issue and still writes today, so Alan has been tremendous support. But when we launched the magazine, we had the main television presenter, Jeff Hamilton. He again was tremendously supportive of what we did in the magazine and introducing the practical information we needed. Jeff sadly passed away. Alan Tishmarsh took over as presenter for 7 years. Alan moved on, Monty Don came on board. So we do see a changing framework of contributors in time, and the magazine still treads its course through and hopefully satisfies readers. The seasonality of gardening means that you do have to repeat things, but the challenge for journalists and the team is to make that look different and new and fresh and exciting. So we come up with ideas like 100 best veg. We set the agenda. We start telling the British public by asking all these wonderful contributors that we have, what are the best veg to grow this year? And that drives the gardening agenda for millions of people around the country. The main thing that we've noticed as we move through the recession is the importance of really delivering to your core audience. I think when times were good, going back 10, 12, 15 years ago, it was easier to possibly try and be more things to more people, and people came into our market, and therefore we were catering possibly more for people on the fringes. But now that people are tighter and more selective in the magazines they're buying, it's absolutely essential that you deliver real value to your core audience, and that's really what we've concentrated on in the last few years. These people are loyal, our subscribers. Some of them have been with us for years, they're paying up front, they get the magazine, so when they turn the page they get inside, it's Dear Subscriber. And the language and the tone that we speak to them is different for those people, because their relationship with the magazine is different. There's different pages in this magazine, specifically subscribers, and we build up a subscriber club loyalty value for those people. So in this magazine, for instance, you've got a double page spread to sell you a subscription. They've got a subscription already. So those 2 pages are used to provide the added value for the subscribers. To me, the most important rule in producing a magazine is to make sure that you understand your readers and what they want, and that the rest of your team, whether they be commissioning editors, subs, researchers or designers, also really understand what the readers want. If we don't deliver what the readers want, they will leave. If we're using language like what to do now, and we're putting events in our magazine, places to visit, gardens to visit, what to watch on TV, shows and events, garden openings and so on and so on, the content of our March issue has got to relate to March, which means it's got to go on sale in March. So we bucked the trend. Understanding your reader and their needs and delivering month in, month out is absolutely essential. Get close to your readers, meet them, Nowadays we can interact with them literally on a daily basis using social media, using online surveys and so on and so on. I think we're more in tune with our readers than we ever were, and if you go on absolutely delivering what they want, I think you'll find it hard to go wrong.